Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general energy reading for the sign of Gemini for September 2021. This can resonate with your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus sign, okay? So I've done separate love readings already for you guys and general readings, but I thought I'd just do some additional general reads for mid-September, so here we are. So if the reading resonates, then that's awesome. But if it doesn't resonate, then it's just simply not your message. So please use your own discernment and kind of just take what you feel fits and then leave the rest, okay? So I'm going to start shuffling with the Light Seers Tarot. And then later on, I'll be using the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot to clarify, and some Soul Journey Oracle cards for like advice or a guidance kind of message for you at the end. So obviously, if there is love in this reading, then obviously I'll address it and let you know of the signs as well that you could either have in your chart or your person has in their chart. So as always, forgive us on this poor shuffling. These cards in particular are a bit more difficult to shuffle. They're not quite as worn down as the other ones that I use, because I don't use these as often as the others. Okay, so oh my gosh, crikey, bear with us. All right, so what have we got for Gemini for September 2021, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus sign? What can we get? Angels of Love and Light, can you please give us for Gemini for September 2021? What would they need to know for Gemini, please? Ooh, okay. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, gosh. I'm not going to take all that. 8 of Pentacles in reverse, but that was the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. You could be dealing with a Taurus, if you have Taurus in your chart, because I've just done the Taurus reading and the Queen of Pentacles came out in that read as well, and you saw me shuffle the cards. So yes, let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups in reverse and we have the Two of Cups. Ooh, so there could be a little bit of love in this reading. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, bottom of the deck. 3 of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Cups, Ace of Swords. Okay, so you can either have, there's a lot of earth here, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy here with the 2 of Cups and the Knight of Cups as well. So you can have strong water and earth in your chart, and potentially a little bit of air as well. Okay, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So what I'm getting for you guys straight away is that you are becoming a lot more confident in yourself. Like you're really establishing like your self-worth and knowing of what it is that you're deserving and what you're not deserving. And it's not necessarily just pertaining to love, but I'm just feeling in general relationships and partnerships, etc. And your kind of overall emotional connections with particular relationships of sorts. Okay, so there may have been a period of time where you may have tolerated people that were coming in and out of your life potentially, and not kind of being overly giving with their affection. Potentially there may have been a lot of disappointments to do with these particular connections, or people may have not been so honest, I'm hearing, or so authentic as potentially they may have portrayed themselves out to be. And this could have been very heartbreaking, I'm getting, and relatively difficult to have dealt with. And also frustrating. I'm getting this sense of frustration. And potentially there may be people who are wanting to come around again, if they are to do with connections, and work on a partnership and try and do a lot of repair work, I'm getting. Try to really fix things with you. And potentially you may be just feeling relatively like uninspired by the whole thing. You might be like, nah, don't feel the need to necessarily do that, actually, because I've found my kind of worth. I'm feeling a lot more grounded, I'm feeling a lot more secure in myself, I know what it is that I'm going after, I'm focusing on my own endeavours, and then by you kind of transmuting this particular negativity that may have been around you previously, you're becoming more positive, and this in turn's allowing a lot more open, trusting partnerships, you know, a lot more open give and take, and something that's so much more balanced, which is allowing you to feel so much more confident in yourself. And it's like slowly but surely you're moving on forward, relying on yourself, going towards people who are loyal to you, people who actually want to put in the work, you know, taking in, you know, responsibility for themselves. And you're doing that by you moving on forward away from potentially from people who may have not given very much previously, who may have not worked with you or potentially supported you or allowed you to grow in the way that you'd wanted to. Potentially I'm getting the sense that there could have been like false promises, or someone potentially selling a dream of sorts, and this may have been relatively just really difficult to comprehend. I'm getting this overall sense that potentially you may have put a lot of faith or trust in this particular person here. You know, potentially someone may have been selling a pipe dream, I'm getting here, with the 10 of Cups, very idyllic, like very idyllic type thing, and you got the clarity about that, and potentially there's been severing of ties here to do with the 10 of Swords, you know, closing off a difficult cycle, and this in turn allowing you to kind of move forward with a brand new vision. You could be seeing double 10s, 10-10. They're, I think, pretty much with Aries, Taurus, and you guys, there's been, all of you have had like 10-10s come up in your readings. And I've just seen 7-11 on the clock, so that number could also be very significant for you as well. So obviously, just potentially look that up if you see those numbers quite often. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull from the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot and see what extra clarity we can get here for you guys. So what's happening for Gemini, for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus? What clarity can we get them? What's this 8 of Pentacles in reverse about? Look at this, King of Wands. So you're moving forward confidently in yourself, you know, overcoming difficulties, having the courage to kind of perceive, like see what challenges that you've had and just realise, okay, I take them with a pinch of salt, I'm ready to move on forward. And if people come forward towards me with a load of passion, etc., to fix things, I'm not too sure if I'm interested, and I'm just going to move on forward, push on forward, and work for myself, or work on myself. Look at that. Could be dealing with a Capricorn or a fire sign, but you're releasing toxicity. You're gaining independence for yourself, moving on forward. Potentially this could have been a potential block for quite some time, but you're moving forward out of that. Yeah, you most definitely could have been dealing with people who were trying to create certain illusions with selling false promises, etc. But you're being victorious by eventually leaving that situation. Moving on forward out of that. What else here with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, so you may have not felt overly fulfilled in a particular situation to do with home, family, finances, I'm getting. Not having that kind of inner joy, but you're moving on forward out of that. Moving on forward out of that, following your intuition here with the High Priestess. Like this is Cancerian energy. So I'm getting this overall sense that potentially by the full moon, which I think is like next week, like the 20th, I think it's the 20th, and it's in Pisces, so it's very watery energy. Potentially you could be around that time kind of gathering the confidence to really establish what it is that you want, and then pushing forward out of something. Yeah, look at this, moving forward and having celebrations, finding the right friendship groups, like you're kind of like, so I'm getting that kind of, is that from that film, oh gosh, I think it's like Meet the Fockers or something, and it's like that circle of trust, or the circle of truth or circle of trust. It's to do with Robert De Niro anyway, but I think that's the film anyway, and they have this like circle of trust, and like you're following your intuition, you're going to have lots of people around you who are going to be actually supporting you rather than just dealing with people who aren't, and you're going to allow yourself to move on forward and slowly recover from a difficult situation where you may have felt relatively lost in, but you'll be having partnerships and people and friendships coming forward that are going to treat you with mutual respect and trust and appreciation. You'll be able to move on out of a difficult situation where you may have felt relatively lost in, but you're moving on forward out of that, accepting help from other people and finding peace. And this will allow you to kind of release any difficult emotions that you may have had previously and move on forward. What we got here with the Queen of Pentacles, please, for Gemini. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here for Gemini? Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, with the Emperor. Oh goodness. Okay, so I'm just getting this overall sense that you're, if this is pertaining to a relationship or maybe even a third party situation, if it's here, I'm going to bring it up. Potentially you may have found out something and it could have really knocked at your confidence, and potentially you may have felt left out in the cold to do with this particular situation. But I'm getting this sense that you're kind of moving forward out of that and bossing up, and anybody that has any particular drama or gossip that they want to say about you or spread anything about you, you're kind of just moving on forward away from that, and you doing that, you're going to be victorious and successful, getting away from the toxicity here with the Devil in reverse. Like, you know, this is really quite beautiful. So if there has, and then we got the Queen of Wands here and also the King of Wands. So if there has been a karmic partner, where if there has been like a soulmate connection, there could have been something that may not necessarily have worked out, and so therefore it's kind of it's been stopped. It's been kind of stopped in its tracks. Somebody's not realizing. Somebody may not necessarily have realized their happiness. But I'm just getting the sense that somebody was very selfish. If someone had put somebody else in a third party situation, I'm just getting this indication that maybe either you or someone that you're dealing with didn't necessarily know they were being put in a third party. And that's me coming to an end. That's coming to an end. Okay. So what have we got here with the Knight of Cups in reverse? I'm just also getting that it's just an extra card of clarity to me, that if there has been any period of time where you didn't feel very confident, you've been kind of down and out here with the Queen of Wands in reverse, and feeling like people weren't appreciating you, feeling relatively insecure, like you may have gone through a particular breakup of sorts or just worried a lot, and you know, may not necessarily have followed your intuition previously, and you're changing that around by stepping into this kind of real more masculine energy of yourself, with this kind of seeing the bigger picture, realizing that you can drop certain things or certain people, and you're gaining confidence in doing so. It could have been taken a long process, but it's been worthwhile. Why is the Knight of Cups here in reverse? Why is the Knight of Cups in reverse? Ooh. Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you're moving on. You're moving on from people who may not necessarily have given equally to you. Potentially people who may have lied to you. Or someone who may have had an unrealistic kind of expectation, or maybe you had unrealistic expectations about a particular relationship of sorts. It doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be other people that you may have felt difficulty with. But look at this, Queen of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, and we've got Queen of Pentacles here twice. See, this is definitely you then. You know, this is you being grounded, being secure, feeling stable in yourself. You know, working on your own kind of financial security and your own like domestic bliss I'm getting, like focusing on yourself. Like, see how beautiful these women are sitting in this kind of throne, like looking out, just knowing that they're, you know, they have everything, that they can have everything, and that's how you should feel. And that's amazing, like kind of getting away from, look at this, knowing your truth here with the Ace of Swords. You're knowing in your truth about who you are and not dealing with people who are kind of, you know, messing you about. I'm getting people that are unsure of themselves. You're kind of leaving that all in the past. You're moving on from that. You're recovering. What else can you get for the Knight of Cups in reverse? You're accepting situations for what they were and go, okay, well, all's well that ends well, and moving on forward regardless of the difficulties that you may have had faced previously. Yeah, look at that, moving forward in confidence with the Knight of Wands. So can't make it up. Look, moving on to calmer waters here, Six of Swords, in the confidence and the truth that you can get to where you want to be by letting go. And then finding your happiness here with the Ten of Cups. What's your emotional fulfillment? Now, one more for the Knight of Cups in reverse. Oh, okay, two more. Well, yeah. I'm just getting the sense if it's to do with relationship, you may have been dealing with people who've been very like infatuated and potentially were trying to come forward with you know, one-nighters, that type of intentions. I was getting that kind of earlier if this was to develop into a little bit of a love reading. But potentially I'm just getting the sense that you're moving on away from people like that and you're healing yourself. Potentially there'll be people from the past who may have treated you in this particular way, wanting to reconcile, wanting to apologise for their behaviour, for causing conflict and drama in your life here with the Five of Swords. But potentially that's down to you. Yeah, other people may want to just come back around to kind of I'm getting the sense that potentially they're trying to keep you feeling stuck. They want you to stay stuck because they can see the potential of you of like glowing up and transforming and moving on forward in this newfound like confidence. And some people, you know, they don't like to see that, regardless of who it is that you are, and they may want to try to keep you in a past cycle of repeating mistakes, yeah, and have unrequited love potentially here with the Lovers in reverse, and create disharmony in your life and, you know, arguments and trust issues and all that sort of stuff, you know. But this is your energy here, but I'm not getting the sense that this is you. I'm getting the sense there's people around you. But look at that, you're moving away from that. If people are wanting to reconcile, you're going bye-bye here. No thank you. I'm moving on to my next port of call with my Two of Cups, which is here. Leaving your you know, your back, you're facing away from all these cups and moving on forward. Look, and then that wanted to show itself here, moving on forward with the Sun energy with the Chariot. You're going, no thank you, moving on. Why is the Two of Cups here, please, for Gemini? Yeah, you're going after proper commitment here with the Hierophant. If you've been dealing with people who may not necessarily given you commitment or saying about commitment, you're going after commitment. This is what you want. You want the happy home, family situation, the marriage, celebrations, you know, all of that. Gosh, look at this, can't make it up. Yeah, you're not confused anymore here with the Seven of Cups about what it is that you want. You've gained the clarity. You're gaining the strength and the clarity in yourself to move on forward, away from people who may be just around for their intentions to con you. Unrequited love here, potentially here with the Knight of Cups, and keeping you in fear and illusion. And may not necessarily been putting the work in to do with your relationship. You're moving on away from all of that and people who weren't supportive of you and etc. You're moving on away from that because you've grown so much. What else can we get here for the Two of Cups? I'll take one. Yeah, look, because you're setting your boundaries. You're setting strong boundaries with yourself, with other people. Saying, look, you know, if you come forward with me with any funny business and don't treat me properly, then I'm gonna swipe at you. You're very happy to cut people out of your life if they're being relatively dishonest or not taking accountability for their actions, or not treating you the way that you feel like you should be treated. Yeah, and being let down emotionally by other people. You know, you're getting away from all of that, and then getting into your own self sense of security. This is pre-Empress energy with the Nine of Pentacles, and then we had the Queen of Pentacles. Like, you're getting into this new sense of like just feeling really proud of what it is that you have for yourself. You may have been fearful to change previously, but you're not resisting change anymore. You're persevering, working hard, and realizing that you may have been stuck in another cycle previously, but eventually you'll be successful and becoming out of that. But other people are going to be looking at you thinking, well, how on earth did this person change after all of this that went, you know, that this happened to them? You're kind of moving on forward out of that. This is fascinating because it kind of did end up turning into a little bit of a love reading rather than like a general read. But I just feel like if it's coming up, then it's got to be talked about. But these relationships and things, it's not necessarily just about romance. It's about all sorts of types of connections with family and friends and colleagues and all that type of stuff. So it can pertain to any of that, really. So we're going to look into the soul journey, oracle cards, and see what kind of last bit of advice or guidance that we can get for you. Look at this. People are going to be... Look at that. I was saying about how people are going to be envious of you, jealous of you, moving on forward, not wanting you to glow up. Oh... And you're going to... It's just crazy. And then you're working on your self-esteem. Look at that. And I said that. Possessing gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Like, you're moving forward, like, more confident in yourself. Whew. What can we get for Gemini? Gemini, please. Well, the empathy card came out again. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. And look, it's to do with relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So potentially there may have been relationships in the past, as we've been talking about for most of this reading, where there's not been the equal give and take, etc. And because it came out reversed, this card, and it's realizing that you're having this change of perspective, that you're setting these firm boundaries and realizing, okay, well, in order to be fair for myself, I'm gonna be fair towards others, but I'm also gonna set very strong boundaries and kind of like move on forward, like learn from my mistakes, as it were, or learn from others' mistakes, or what have you. However this kind of resonates. So at the bottom of the deck we have denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So there may have been a period of time, like you may have felt relatively in denial, that people may have been treating you in a particular way, but I'm just getting this overall sense that one thing led to another, and it's eventually kind of opened your eyes, like you were seeing the truth of a situation, and realizing that in order to have a new beginning and move on forward by looking after yourself, healing yourself, that you had to sever ties with particular people that weren't kind of there for your highest good, that weren't looking after you. And if that means that you had to kind of get to rock bottom, then so be it, because once you get to rock bottom you can only really go up. And it's having that kindness and patience with yourself and looking after yourself here, and realising your self-worth by moving on forward and upwards, which is really positive, which is really amazing. So anyway, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. Leave us a comment. I greatly appreciate it, and we'll hopefully see you again soon. So take care and bye for now.